Zealand barbecue beer ribs is one of my favorite summer recipes. So that's what we're gonna make today. For this recipe, you wanna ask your butcher for an American-style rib. Now, if they're not quite sure what that is, that's okay. Just say you want New Zealand pork belly with the bones left in and the skin removed. You just wanna make sure they're nice and meaty so the rub has something to absorb into and they don't become dry when they're cooked. When making this recipe, I like to prep a really nice New Zealand beer. Personally, Behemoth is my favorite, but any New Zealand pale ale will do. First, let's make the dry rub. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and then a couple teaspoons of all the rest. Just make sure to mix it well so it's nice and evenly dispersed. So let's go ahead and take our New Zealand pork rack, just a good handful of the rub you've just made, and sprinkle it over, give it a bit of a rub. You wanna make sure this covers the whole thing. All of it adds flavor. We're gonna go ahead and set this in a tray to marinate for an hour or two, basically while the barbecue heats up. So now we're ready to go and put them on the barbecue. Just leave one hole in the center so that we can actually add the liquid once it's on the barbecue. And now we're ready to cook. The barbecue's preheated and hot and ready to go. Pour about 200 mils of beer. Don't be afraid to do a little extra, it's okay. And a splash of vinegar, just to add a bit more acidity for freshness with the cook. Just gonna seal this off so all that liquid stays inside. And there we go. And now we let it cook for about 30 minutes. Our New Zealand ribs have been cooking for about a half an hour. So now it's time for us to check them and go ahead and sear them off. We're just gonna move them to the hot side of the barbecue. Now just leave them in for 6 or 7 minutes, close the lid, and then we'll check again, turn it over, do the same thing, and we'll be good to go. Nice and smoky, golden, just gently lift underneath. So go ahead and take the meat and flip it over so you can see the bones. And then it's just as simple as cutting between each bone. And there you have it, New Zealand pork barbecue ribs. Enjoy.